A 9-year-old woman has become the first person to be successfully treated for breast cancer thanks to research funded by the Sarah Harding Breast Cancer Appeal.
The former Girls Aloud singer was just 39 when she died. Her last wish was to help other young women fight the disease.
Well, now her former bandmate Kimberley Walsh has been to the Christie Hospital in Manchester to meet those who are part of her legacy.
In 2020, our incredible Sarah Harding received the devastating news that she had breast cancer. 11 months later, she died. Before she passed away, she had one wish: to help fund research for breast cancer. She was so passionate about the Christie, the hospital that took such amazing care of her, and she just really wanted to try and help. So I'm here today at the Christie Hospital with some incredible news. Not only has the money raised so far been able to fund full-time research, we're going to meet Annette, who is living proof that Sarah has made a difference, and I just cannot wait to meet her.
I have a future because of this lady and her group of friends that have just championed her legacy.
Annette! Oh, it's so lovely to meet you.
To meet you. Hi.
Hannah.
It came through as an invitation through the post.
Thanks so much for coming down today.
I started off thinking, why not? I'm going to take part. I'm probably low risk, so there's no harm. I have no family history, so I wasn't really worried.
My name is Hannah Harrison. I'm the Sarah Harding Young Women's Breast Cancer Fellow here at the Manchester Cancer Research Centre. And meeting Annette is absolutely amazing because she's really the point of our research. She's why we do it all.
It's actually amazing for us to meet you today. You're the first person that's actually come out of this trial that we've helped. If you hadn't have gone for this trial, what would have happened?
So, I mean, that would have been me waiting. I'm 10 to 13 years away from an NHS mammogram.
Right.
So it's scary, but also just incredible.
So just to make this clear, had you have not been offered that trial that day, you potentially would not have found out that you had breast cancer for maybe another 10 years, which is terrifying, but also amazing. Like, this is what this is all about.
I don't know what the future would have held. I mean, I try not to think about it too much. I think I take the real positives, that it was found, that this was here. I then got my results that I had the all clear, the cancer was completely removed, all my margins were clear, which is the best news that you ever want to hear.
You're part of her legacy. You're the start of her legacy, to be honest.
In some ways, it's overwhelming. What an incredible woman she was, because in the midst of her journey with cancer, she was so outward looking. She was thinking about other people, thinking about the future generations, just beyond grateful. I am cancer free, and that is an incredible thing and a wonderful thing to be able to say.
Thank you for speaking so openly about your experience. Sorry. Yeah, just knowing that she saved you and your family, your girls, means absolutely everything to me, to the rest of the girls in the band. I know it would to Sarah.
So Erin there is culturing some human breast cells.
Stop it. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's really cool. I always say it's cool. I always say
It's amazing.
Yeah. And she here is culturing some normal breast cells that have been taken from women who are at high risk, and we can treat them with different drugs and see how they respond.
This is so fascinating. You're so clever. I mean, I don't know if I should be this excited.
You definitely
Maybe I missed my
should.
way. Shouldn't have been a singer at all.
Well, you're very welcome to come and work with us for a bit.
Give me a
Yeah,
job.
come and do a week.
It's amazing to be here. Like, for me, I actually can't believe how quickly this has actually come to fruition. Like, for us, that was always our goal. Yeah. I mean, from Sarah's diagnosis, obviously, to her passing away was literally like 11 months, which is no time at all.
Yeah.
And I think that in that time, she had to find like something positive to focus on. You know, maybe there isn't anything left for me to try, but there might be for other people. And so she did. She just kept saying to us, like, this is all I want, just keep raising money for the Christie. Like, there's a research programme starting, and, you know, hopefully we've done her proud.
None of it would be possible without Sarah's desire and drive for this to happen. This screening has allowed us to identify women to be at high risk who have no family history, no knowledge of a risk. Ladies are able to come in decades before regular NHS screening occurs. We test things like their genetics from a saliva sample. We look at breast density using low-dose mammography, and we ask questions about lifestyle and family history.
So the blue dots are cells.
If Sarah could see us now and see all of this, I think her mind would be absolutely blown.
We're massively appreciative of that. Oh. Sarah Harding's legacy really is to reduce young women dying of breast cancer. It's amazing. It makes all of it worthwhile. You know, the whole team working so hard, and this is what it was for.
I'd see her picture as I walked in for my appointments on the way in and the way out, and just beyond grateful that I just want to go take this opportunity that I am here and move forward with that in a really positive way.
Yeah, just as she did. I mean, she was a force to be reckoned with at the best of times, and once she had her mindset on this, we were all told what we had to do, and we fell in line.
Well, I'm very grateful to her for that.
This works. It actually works. It's amazing. And I feel like, you know, Sarah would also be just so happy that, you know, even if it's only you, even if it's literally only you that we save, it's all worth it.
Our thanks to Annette for sharing her story with us. And we're joined now by Dr. Sasha Howell, who is a consultant who treated Sarah at the Christie Hospital in Manchester. Morning to you. Thank you so much for coming in. It's a really important study, isn't it? Can you first of all just tell us in simple terms, who are the women that you were looking at? Who are you targeting?
So these are women who we wouldn't normally know to be at increased risk. So these women without a family history of breast cancer, and we simply asked 18 GP surgeries around the Greater Manchester area to send them letters to say would they like to be involved in a study.
And then what form does the study take? How were they then checked?
So they went onto a web-based application we developed. They put in some simple answers to questions about known risk factors, and then they came through to Wythenshawe Hospital for a low-dose mammogram. Probably the most important part is they also had a saliva sample that we did a genetic test on to determine their risk.
And so if it hadn't been for this trial, somebody like Annette, who we just saw in the piece there, her susceptibility, her cancer may not have been picked up for years.
So Annette would undoubtedly have developed symptoms. You know, she would have developed a lump. She would have then gone to a GP who referred her through to the surgeons. Again, undoubtedly, her cancer would have been much larger. It may have spread to the lymph nodes. She might have required chemotherapy. So by detecting breast cancer early, we save more lives.
So what does this tell us about the way women are checked and what women themselves can do?
Going for the second first, women can self-check every month after their period, and there's some very, very good advice from charities like Copperfield or Prevent Breast Cancer that will give really detailed advice on how to do that self-examination. In terms of what we need to do next, we need to extend screening to younger age women. And exactly how we do that is going to take some more research and collaboration with the National Screening Committee. But that's really vital. And many other countries in the world start at 40 or 45. In the UK, we start at 50.
So how do you decide, I know this is part of the study, how do you decide when you're looking at younger women, which younger women need screening? Or is that too difficult? Can you just reduce by age?
So there are studies that have looked at reducing the screening age to 47, and the results of that study should come out probably this year or next. But there are also very important studies that are brewing and ready to be reported, which have looked at this risk-adapted approach to see whether we can actually get better than just doing the same one-size-fits-all approach.
It sounds like there's a lot going on in this area of medicine, which, you know, it's scary to hear about breast cancer, but should people be feeling optimistic that you know, research is getting there, diagnosis is getting better, we're getting closer to a cure?
So we are curing more and more people from all sorts of cancers, including breast cancer. So the mortality, the death rate from breast cancer has fallen dramatically over the last 10 to 15 years. But breast cancer still remains the most common cause of death in young women between the age of 35 to 55. So we've still got a lot of work to do in this arena.
And what are the things that women can do? We talked about getting checked. Are there any lifestyle things that young women can pay attention to, maybe to reduce their risk? I don't know if that phrase is too strong, but, you know, to look after themselves.
So there are several well-known risk factors. Perhaps, you know, the one that you don't want to hear is alcohol is a risk factor for breast cancer. But on a positive note, breastfeeding reduces the risk of breast cancer, and it particularly reduces the risk of the aggressive type of breast cancer that Sarah Harding had. And so it's really important that we try to promote breastfeeding to reduce cancer incidence.
And as Sarah Harding's doctor, you must be immensely proud of her legacy, achieving, beginning through the research to achieve so much, saving lives.
So it's been an amazing journey, a very difficult one, obviously, for Sarah and for her family and friends. But it's really, I hope, now starting to bear some great fruits. And Hannah, who was on the VT clip there, is a great research fellow who's been employed purely on the funding that came through from the Sarah Harding appeal.
And obviously you are always relying on other charitable donations as well.
Absolutely. The CI UK funded a lot of the study that we're just talking about. So it's really a team effort using lots of funds to do research which is understandably quite expensive.
Indeed. Dr. Sasha Howell from the Christie, thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you. It is just coming up to 8:30. Time to get the news where you are this morning.